In a small village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young woman named Zuri. From a young age, Zuri dreamed of finding true love, the kind of love that would make her heart sing and her soul dance. She was beautiful, intelligent, and full of life, and she had no shortage of suitors. But Zuri was not easily impressed. She believed in a love that was deep, passionate, and lasting. Her mother often told her, "Zuri, love is not just about finding the right person. It's about becoming the right person." Zuri's journey began when she turned 18. Suitors from far and wide came to win her heart, and each time she hoped that this one would be the one. But despite their best efforts, Zuri found herself restless, unable to settle down. She yearned for something more, something she couldn't quite put into words. The first man to win Zuri's heart was a charismatic traveler named Kofi. He was adventurous, well-traveled, and full of stories from distant lands. Kofi captivated Zuri with his tales of far-off places and exciting adventures. He promised her a life of excitement, of seeing the world beyond the village. For a time, Zuri was happy. She loved hearing Kofi's stories and imagining herself in those distant lands. They were married in a grand ceremony, and for a while, it seemed that Zuri had found her true love. But as the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Zuri began to realize that Kofi's love for adventure left little room for her. He was always on the move, always chasing the next thrill, and Zuri found herself feeling lonely and unfulfilled. After her marriage to Kofi ended, Zuri returned to her village, determined to move on with her life. She soon met Kwame, a wealthy merchant who was respected by everyone in the village. Kwame was everything that Kofi was not: stable, successful, and dedicated to building a life in the village. He showered Zuri with gifts and promises of a comfortable life. He spoke of a future where they would raise a family in a grand home, surrounded by wealth and comfort. Zuri was drawn to Kwame's stability and the security he offered. They were married, and for a time, Zuri was content. She enjoyed the luxuries that Kwame provided and the respect that came with being his wife. But as time passed, Zuri began to feel stifled by the very things that had once attracted her. The life that Kwame offered, though comfortable, was devoid of passion and excitement. Zuri found herself longing for something more. Zuri's third husband was a wise scholar named Ayo. He was well-read, thoughtful, and deeply respected in the village for his knowledge and wisdom. Ayo admired Zuri's intelligence and beauty, and he promised her a life filled with learning and intellectual stimulation. Zuri was intrigued by Ayo's mind and the world of knowledge he opened up for her. They spent long hours discussing philosophy, history, and the mysteries of the universe. Zuri believed she had finally found someone who could understand her on a deeper level. They married, and for a while, Zuri was happy, immersed in books and ideas. But as time passed, she began to feel a different kind of loneliness. Ayo's world was one of the mind, and though Zuri enjoyed their intellectual connection, she missed the warmth of companionship, the joy of shared experiences outside of books and discussions. Zuri's fourth husband was a brave warrior named Doom. He was strong, courageous, and had a fierce loyalty to his people. Doom was a protector, a man who was admired for his strength and valor. Zuri was drawn to his bravery and the sense of security he provided. She admired his dedication to defending the village and his people, and she felt safe in his presence. Their marriage was one of mutual respect and admiration. Zuri felt proud to be the wife of such a revered warrior. But as time went on, she realized that Doom's life was dominated by his duties as a protector. He was often away, fighting battles and defending the village, and Zuri found herself alone once again. The passion and excitement she had once felt began to fade, and she yearned for a life where she wasn't always waiting for her husband to return. Zuri's fifth husband was a talented musician named Obi. He was a man of passion, creativity, and emotion who could make his instrument sing with a voice that touched the soul. Obi was a dreamer, someone who saw the world through the lens of music and art. Zuri was captivated by his talent and the way his music made her feel. She believed that with Obi, she would finally find the passion and emotional connection she had always craved. Their marriage was filled with music, dance, and celebration. Zuri felt alive in a way she never had before, her heart swelling with every note Obi played. But as time went on, Zuri began to realize that Obi's world was one of extremes. His highs were exhilarating, but his lows were devastating. The emotional roller coaster of their life together began to take its toll on Zuri, and she found herself longing for stability and peace. Zuri's sixth husband was a devout healer named Django. He was a man of deep faith, someone who was dedicated to helping others and bringing healing to the sick and the needy. Django's compassion and dedication to his work inspired Zuri, and she admired his selflessness and the way he put others before himself. She believed that with Django, she would find a deeper meaning to her life and a connection to something greater than herself. Their marriage was one of service and devotion. Zuri worked alongside Django, helping him in his healing practices and supporting his mission to bring peace and health to the village. But as time went on, Zuri began to feel that Django's devotion to his work left little room for their relationship. Django was always busy, always tending to the needs of others, and Zuri found herself feeling neglected and unimportant. She admired his dedication, but she longed for a partner who could give her the love and attention she desired. The more Django devoted himself to his work, the more isolated Zuri felt, until she realized that this marriage, too, was not the answer to her search for true love. After her sixth marriage ended, Zuri found herself back in her village, alone once again. She was older now, wiser, and more introspective. As she walked through the familiar paths of her village, she reflected on her journey. She had married 6 men, each of whom had offered her something different: adventure, stability, wisdom, protection, passion, and devotion. But none of them had been able to give her the lasting love and contentment she so deeply desired. Zuri realized that she had been searching for something outside of herself to make her whole. She had looked to her husbands to fill a void within her, but each time she had been left wanting. The problem, she now understood, was not with the men she had married, but with her own inability to find peace and fulfillment within herself. One day, as Zuri was working in her garden, she met a man named Tunde, a humble farmer from a neighboring village. Tunde was different from the men Zuri had married before. He was kind, gentle, and unassuming, with a deep love for the land and a simple, contented life. He didn't try to impress Zuri with grand gestures or promises of a better life. Instead, he offered her friendship, companionship, and a deep, quiet love that asked for nothing in return. Zuri was drawn to Tunde's simplicity and the peace that seemed to surround him. They spent time together, talking and laughing, sharing stories of their lives. Tunde didn't try to change Zuri or make her into someone she wasn't. He accepted her as she was, flaws and all. And in his presence, Zuri felt a sense of calm and contentment she had never known before. As Zuri and Tunde spent more time together, their bond grew stronger. Unlike her previous relationships, Zuri found that with Tunde, there was no need for pretense or striving to be something she wasn't. They worked together in the fields, shared simple meals, and enjoyed each other's company in the quiet moments of the day. Tunde's love was steady and unwavering, and Zuri found herself opening up to him in ways she never had with anyone else. For the first time in her life, Zuri felt truly seen and understood. Tunde didn't try to solve her problems or change her. He simply loved her for who she was. This love, so different from the passionate, dramatic love she had once craved, brought Zuri a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. She began to realize that what she had been searching for all along wasn't something grand or extraordinary, but something simple and true. As the seasons passed, Zuri's love for Tunde deepened. She found herself thinking about him constantly, her heart light with the knowledge that she had finally found someone who truly understood her. But this time, Zuri was cautious. She didn't want to rush into another marriage without being sure. She took her time, getting to know Tunde better and making sure that this was the love she had been searching for. One evening, as they sat together under the stars, Zuri told Tunde about her past, about the 6 men she had married and why each marriage had failed. Tunde listened quietly, his expression thoughtful. When she finished, he took her hand in his and told her that he loved her, not despite her past, but because of it. He admired her courage and her strength, and he was honored to have her by his side. When Zuri and Tunde finally decided to marry, their wedding was a simple, intimate affair. There were no grand ceremonies, no lavish decorations, just the 2 of them, surrounded by close family and friends, committing to a life together. As they exchanged vows, Zuri felt a sense of peace and joy that she had never known before. This time, she knew that she had found the love she had been searching for, a love that was true, steady, and real. As the village celebrated their union, Zuri looked at Tunde and knew that this was the man she was meant to be with. He was not her first love, but he was her true love, the one who accepted her for who she was and who would stand by her side through all of life's ups and downs. With Tunde, Zuri had finally found her home. Zuri and Tunde's life together was not without challenges, but they faced them together, with love and understanding. They built a home filled with laughter, love, and respect. Zuri continued to grow and evolve, but now she had a partner who supported her and loved her for who she was. She no longer felt the need to search for something more because she had found everything she needed in Tunde and in herself. As the years passed, Zuri looked back on her life with gratitude. She had learned so much from her journey, from the men she had married, from the mistakes she had made, and from the lessons life had taught her. She had finally found peace, not in the arms of a man, but in the acceptance and love she had found within herself. And with Tunde by her side, she knew that she had found a love that would last a lifetime.
I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this story. Please kindly like the video, comment your thoughts and please subscribe for more enchanting tales. Thank you.